So this past Monday, Giant Bomb broke a story concerning the much rumored PlayStation 4.5, or as we know now, Codenamed NEO. According to the report, it's pretty much just as we all expected. It'll have both higher CPU and GPU clock speeds, as well as greater memory bandwidth. This, of course, should allow the new machine to run games better than the current version of the PlayStation 4 that is out now. All this stuff sounds good at first, but when you take everything into account, is the PlayStation NEO a good idea? Now, there's a few issues with releasing new hardware sort of incrementally like this, rather than having a completely new system. Instead of making basically a more powerful version of what already exists. There's benefits and negatives to this. Now, a lot of people are really upset about the possibility of this. Now, Sony hasn't officially commented on the existence of the Neo, but it's starting to look more and more real as time goes on, especially because Sony has definitely not denied it, and developers have claimed that indeed this is real and they're working with development kits. So it's probably a real thing. In the article, it's mentioned that Sony's plan apparently would be to have both this and the current PlayStation 4 exist at the same time, just that games would run better on the newer version of the hardware, meaning that games would have to be developed with the fact in mind that there are two SKUs to the PlayStation 4. So the newer version of the game, or the version running on the PlayStation NEO, would run better than the version on the PS4, but they would still be the same game. As a matter of fact, they're not supposed to offer exclusive content for NEO users. So that means there won't be any fragmentation in the user base when you're talking about online gameplay. But as far as the base game goes, there will be differences, especially the fact that the game just runs and looks better on the newer hardware. Now, is that an issue? I can see why a lot of people would be upset by this, but personally, I just don't care enough to be upset. I'm not super excited about this, but I'm also not angry about it. It sounds like a good idea in the long term to me, and this is something that I have been talking about in the past. Maybe they release hardware upgrades in increments. And we still don't know what Sony's plan is concerning the release and the rolling out of this new hardware. Perhaps they will offer some sort of deal to people who have purchased the machine already. Who knows? But according to this article, information that we have now suggests that the price of the machine will be $399, which was the launch price of the PlayStation 4 original. So we just have to see what happens. I'm not bothered by this. Plus, it's a luxury upgrade. If you want it to run well, run better, then you can buy this new system. But games really do. The games that come out are going to run well on the original hardware as well. Most console gamers are okay with the games running the way they are, and many of the games actually do look and run really well on the PlayStation 4. They're well optimized, and we still haven't seen everything that the current hardware is capable of. I'm sure that this upgrade is more of a future precaution to help them stay future-proof as time goes on. And I'm sure that publishers are talking to Sony saying that we need more power, and over time it's going to start bottlenecking the development of newer titles. However, right now we still haven't even utilized the full power of this hardware. It's also worth noting that recently the creator of Oddworld, Lauren Lanning, has stated that Shuhei Yoshida has repeatedly expressed that he's uncertain whether or not there will be a PlayStation 5. But we have to keep in mind that we don't know exactly when Shuhei Yoshida was making this comment. It could have been before the release of the PlayStation 4, before they knew how well it was going to do, and that people are still hungry for more hardware. Or it could be that Sony is looking into more incremental upgrades, such as releasing a new version of the PlayStation 4. And over time, they'll continue releasing more powerful versions, add-ons to the PlayStation 4 to make it more powerful, rather than releasing an entirely new device where the games are developed, especially for that device, and they won't work on the previous version. So who knows what exactly they're planning, or maybe they're planning for it to be more of a service over time. Who knows? This could mean a lot of things, but it's important not to take this too seriously. So overall, my thoughts on the Neo are not negative, not quite nearly as negative as other people, because a lot of people are jumping the gun and they are very reactionary and very emotional about this, but we still haven't seen it. We don't know what it is. Sony hasn't confirmed its existence, even though it probably does exist. We don't know how they're gonna roll it out. We're probably gonna hear more about it during E3, most likely, but right now we really don't know anything about this, so we shouldn't get angry about it, shouldn't be upset about it. But if Sony does get the messaging wrong, then I think a lot of people will be very upset about this, especially people who have supported the PlayStation 4 since the beginning, since its launch. People have been fans and loyal to the brand and things like that. I can understand why you'd be upset about this, but you know, don't jump the gun right now. Games are still going to come out for the PlayStation 4 and they're still going to look great. You just have to remember, all these things are luxury items anyway, and I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I hope that, you know, Sony doesn't just completely abandon the people who've already bought the PlayStation 4 and were loyal, and they have some sort of, you know, maybe some sort of price reduction for people who already own the PlayStation 4 or something like that. I don't, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. These are my thoughts on the PlayStation NEO. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on the PlayStation NEO, PlayStation 4.5, 4K, whatever you want to call it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content and share this with people that may be interested. Follow me on Twitter so I can keep you up to date with my uploads. A link to the article will be in the description below. As always, stay super, and I'll see you in the next video.